Hello, my wonderful friends, and welcome back to the Happy Elder. Oh, I'm so thrilled you're here today, joining me for a cozy, heart-to-heart chat about living our best lives in our life after 60. If you're new to our little corner of YouTube, a big warm welcome to you. This channel is all about embracing the healthy aging journey, finding ways to keep our hearts full, our spirits soaring, and our lives brimming with joy as we navigate these golden years. I'm here to share stories, tips, and a sprinkle of golden wisdom to help you live with purpose, peace, and happiness. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, settle in, and let's talk like old friends. Today, we're diving into something that I know hits close to home for so many of us. Embrace spending on joy in retirement. Now, this isn't about throwing caution to the wind or spending recklessly. Oh no, we're wiser than that. This is about giving yourself permission to use the money you've worked so hard to save for things that light up your life. After 60, you've earned the right to enjoy your retirement, to create memories, and to invest in moments that make your heart sing. I've spent years talking with folks just like you, people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, who've shared their journeys of finding balance between financial security and living fully. I've also got a few personal stories to share because, well, we're friends here, and friends open up to each other. You see, retirement is a new chapter. The kids are grown, the mortgage is hopefully paid off, and suddenly you have this incredible opportunity to focus on you. But sometimes we hold back from spending on things that bring joy because of fear. Fear of running out, fear of the unexpected. Today, we're going to unpack why it's okay to spend on joy, how to do it wisely, and practical steps to make it feel freeing, not stressful. Stick with me until the end, because I got a special tip that might just change how you think about your money every single day. Before we dive in, let me ask you, what's one thing you've been dreaming of spending on? Maybe a trip, a hobby, or a gift that you've hesitated to do? Pop in the comments below. I read every single one, and your stories inspire me and our whole Happy Elder community. All right, let's get started on this journey to retirement joy. Here we go. Why we hesitate to spend on joy. Let's start by talking about why so many of us hesitate to spend on joy in retirement. If you're like most folks I know, you spent decades saving, tucking away money for a rainy day, for retirement, for just in case. That discipline has served you well. Maybe you paid off your home, built a nest egg, or helped your kids through college. You're proud of that, and you should be. But here's the thing. After 60, when you're finally in retirement, that rainy day mindset can hold you back from truly living. I'll share a story about my friend Robert, 68, who I met at a community center. Robert was a retired teacher with a solid pension and savings. He and his wife, Linda, had always dreamed of taking a cruise to Alaska. But every time Linda brought it up, Robert would tense up. What if we need that money later? He'd say. What if there's a medical emergency? I could see the worry in his eyes, and it broke my heart. So one day I asked him gently, Robert, what if you never use it? What if later doesn't come the way you expect? That question hit him hard, and it might resonate with you too. Why do we do this? Part of it is fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of running out. We've all heard horror stories about retirees who overspent and struggled later. But there's another side, guilt. Many of us feel guilty spending on ourselves after years of prioritizing others, kids, spouses, careers. And sometimes, it's just habit. We're so used to saving that spending feels wrong, even when it's for something meaningful. Here's the truth. Your money is a tool, not a trophy. You didn't save it just to look at it in a bank account. You saved it to take care of your future self. And that future self is here now. Spending on joy, whether to trip, a new hobby, or a gift for someone you love, isn't frivolous. It's part of your healthy aging journey. It's about creating memories, staying connected, and living with gratitude after 60. So, let's explore why spending on joy matters and how to do it in a way that feels safe and fulfilling. The power of spending on joy. Spending on joy isn't just about buying stuff. It's about investing in your happiness, your health, and your relationships. After 60, your time is precious, and the moments you create with your money can have a ripple effect on your well-being. Let's talk about why this matters so much. First, spending on joy boosts your mental health. Studies show that experiences, like travel, concerts, or even a nice dinner with friends, create lasting happiness more than material things. I remember my neighbor Susan, 66, who was hesitant to spend on anything extra. But one year, she splurged on a weekend getaway with her sister to a bed and breakfast in the countryside. They laughed, shared old stories, and walked through flower gardens. That trip is still with me, Susan told me. Every time I'm down, I think of it and I smile. That's the power of joy. It stays with you long after the money's spent. Second, it's good for your physical health. Happiness reduces stress, and less stress means lower blood pressure, better sleep, and a stronger immune system. When you spend on things that light you up, like a yoga class, a gardening tool, or a ticket to a Broadway show, you're investing in your longevity lifestyle. I met a gentleman named Frank, 70, at a senior center. He used to save every penny, but after a health scare, he decided to buy a new bicycle. He started riding with a local group, and not only did his heart health improve, but he also made new friends. I feel like a kid again, he said, grinning ear to ear. Third, spending on joy strengthens your relationships. Whether it's taking your grandkids to an amusement park, treating a friend to coffee, or surprising your spouse with a special date night, these moments build connection. My Aunt Clara, 69, always wanted to take her daughter to a cooking class. She hesitated because it's not practical, but she finally did it. They spent the day laughing, chopping vegetables, and eating their creations. It was worth every penny, Clara said. We're closer than ever. That's what retirement joy is all about, building memories with the people you love. So, spending on joy isn't selfish. It's essential. It's about honoring the life you've built and the time you have now. But I know it's not always easy to make that shift. Let's talk about how to do it wisely, with practical steps to balance joy and security. How to embrace spending on joy. All right, let's get to the heart of it. How do you embrace spending on joy without losing sleep over your bank account? I've got 5 key strategies, each with stories and tips to make this feel doable and exciting. Think of these as your roadmap to living with senior inspiration and peaceful aging. Step 1. Know your financial picture. The first step is to get clear on your financial picture. You can't spend with confidence if you're worried about running out. Knowing your income, expenses, and savings gives you the freedom to say yes to joy without fear. I learned this from my friend Ellen, 67. Ellen and her husband, Mike, wanted to take their grandkids to Disney World, but Ellen was nervous. What if we need that money later? She kept thinking. So, they sat down with a financial advisor who helped them map out their retirement funds, Social Security, and monthly bills. They realized they had enough for essentials and a fun fund for things like the Disney trip. Once I saw the numbers, I could breathe, Ellen said. That trip became one of their favorite memories, with the kids still talking about it years later. Try this. Set aside an hour this week to review your finances. Write down your monthly income, pension, Social Security, investments, and expenses, housing, groceries, insurance. If you have savings, note how much is set aside for emergencies. If numbers stress you out, ask a trusted friend, family member, or financial advisor for help. Once you know your basics are covered, you'll feel more confident spending on joy. This is a foundation of your wisdom that matters. Step 2. Create a joy fund. Once you know your financial picture, create a joy fund, a dedicated pot of money for things that make you happy. This isn't about dipping into your emergency savings. It's about setting aside a small amount each month for fun, guilt-free spending. I love the story of George, 65, a retired mechanic. George always wanted to try woodworking, but thought tools were too expensive. His wife suggested setting aside $50 a month from their budget for fun stuff. After a few months, George bought a basic woodworking kit and started making birdhouses. I'm hooked, he said, showing me his latest creation. That joy fund didn't break the bank. It gave him a new passion and a sense of inspired by age. Here's a tip. Decide on a monthly amount for your joy fund, even if it's just $20 or $50. Put it in a separate savings account or even a jar labeled joy. Use it for things that light you up, a concert ticket, a new gardening tool, or a dinner out. Knowing it's earmarked for fun takes away the guilt. And if you're on a tight budget, get creative. A picnic in the park or a movie night at home can be just as joyful. Step 3. Prioritize experiences over stuff. When you spend on joy, focus on experiences rather than material things. Experiences like travel, classes, or time with loved ones create memories that last longer than a new gadget or another pair of shoes. Take my friend Sarah, 71. Sarah used to buy clothes she didn't need because they were on sale, but she realized those purchases didn't make her happy. So she started spending on experiences instead. Last year, she took a painting class at her local community center. She wasn't Picasso, but she had a blast, made new friends, and now has a few colorful canvases on her walls. It's not about the paintings, she said. It's about how alive I felt. Try this. Make a list of experiences you've been dreaming of. Maybe it's a weekend trip, a cooking class, or tickets to a local theater show. Rank them by what excites you most, and use your joy fund to make one happen this month. Experiences are the heart of retirement joy. They fill your soul and your photo album with moments you'll cherish. Step 4. Spend on connection. Another way to embrace spending on joy is to spend on connection. Money spent on others, whether to gift, a shared meal, or a family outing, creates bonds that enrich your life. After 60, relationships are one of your greatest treasures, and investing in them pays dividends in happiness. I'll share a personal story. My mom, who's 73, always wanted to take my kids to a zoo. She hesitated because tickets are pricey, but I encouraged her to do it. She saved up for a few months and took them last summer. They fed giraffes, laughed at the monkeys, and ate way too much ice cream. It was the best day, she told me, her eyes sparkling. That day wasn't just about the zoo. It was about building memories with her grandkids. And you know what? My kids still talk about Grandma's zoo adventure. Here's a tip. Think of one person you'd love to connect with, maybe a friend, a child, or a grandchild. Plan a small way to spend on that connection. It could be treating them to coffee, buying a board game for family night, or even sending a thoughtful gift. These moments strengthen your solo living after 60 by reminding you you're never truly alone when you have love. Step 5. Let go of guilt. Finally, let go of guilt. This is the biggest hurdle for so many of us. You spent years saving, sacrificing, and putting others first. Spending on yourself can feel selfish or wrong, but it's not. It's a gift to yourself and those around you. When you're happy, you bring light to everyone in your life. I met a woman named Diane, 69, at a senior book club. Diane wanted to buy a new recliner for her reading nook, but kept thinking, I shouldn't spend on myself. Her daughter finally said, Mom, you deserve to be comfortable. Diane bought the chair, and now she spends hours reading her favorite mysteries, feeling cozy and content. I didn't realize how much I needed this, she said. That chair wasn't just a purchase. It was a symbol of self-care and gratitude after 60. Try this. Next time you hesitate to spend on something joyful, pause and say to yourself, I've earned this. I deserve joy. Write down one thing you've been wanting to spend on and why it matters to you. For example, I want to take a pottery class because it'll make me feel creative. Then use your joy fund to make it happen. Let go of the guilt. You're not taking away from your future. You're enriching your present. Before we wrap up, can I ask a quick favor? If this video has inspired you to spend a little more on joy, please hit that like button. It helps our Happy Elder community grow and reach more folks who need this message. And if you know someone who's been hesitant to enjoy their retirement, maybe a friend, a sibling, or a neighbor, share this video with them. It might just give them the nudge they need. Oh! And if you haven't already, click subscribe and tap that bell icon so you never miss our weekly chats. I love having you here, and your support means everything. All right, let's bring this home. Putting it all together. So, how do you make spending on joy a part of your life? It's about balance, knowing your finances, setting aside a joy fund, prioritizing experiences and connection, and letting go of guilt. You don't have to spend a fortune. Even small investments in joy can transform your retirement. The goal is to live fully now, not just save for a someday that might not come. Here's a challenge. This week, pick one joyful thing to spend on. It could be a coffee date with a friend, a new book for your reading nook, or a ticket to a local event. Use your joy fund and notice how it feels to say yes to happiness. If you're worried, start small. Joy doesn't have to be expensive. And if you slip back into fear or guilt, that's okay. Just try again. That's the beauty of peaceful aging. It's a journey, not a race. I want to share one last story. My Uncle Joe, 74, was a saver his whole life. He never spent on extras because you never know. But last year, he decided to surprise his wife with a weekend at a lakeside cabin. They fished, watched sunsets, and talked for hours. It was worth every penny, he told me, his voice soft. I saw her smile like she did when we were young. Joe's cabin getaway wasn't just a trip. It was a gift to their love and their life. That's what I want for you. You're not here to hoard your money or your moments. You're here to live, to love, to laugh, and to shine. So embrace spending on joy. Create memories. Build connections. Celebrate yourself. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Well, my dear friends, that's our chat for today. Embrace spending on joy in retirement. I hope you're walking away with a little spark of excitement, a little less fear, and a big dose of inspiration to live fully now. You've spent years building a life, saving, sacrificing, and planning. Now's your time to enjoy it, to say yes to the things that make your heart sing. You're not just retiring, you're thriving with age with grace, and that's something to celebrate. Let's recap our roadmap. Know your financial picture, create a joy fund, prioritize experiences over stuff, spend on connection, and let go of guilt. These steps aren't about spending wildly. They're about spending wisely on the things that matter most. Your money is here to support your happiness, not control it. So, make space for joy and watch how it transforms your life after 60. I'd love to hear from you. What's one joyful thing you're going to spend on this week? Maybe at a trip, a class, or a gift for someone special. Share in the comments below. Your stories light up our Happy Elder community, and I can't wait to read them. And if you're feeling inspired, tell us how it goes. If this video spoke to your heart, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more folks who need a little encouragement to live joyfully. And if you know someone who's been holding back on spending, maybe a friend, a cousin, or a neighbor, share this video with them. You might just brighten their day. Don't forget to subscribe and tap that bell icon so you're always in the loop for our weekly chats. I'm so grateful you're part of our community, and your support keeps this channel going. As we close, let me leave you with this. Your retirement is your time to shine. You don't need to save every penny or wait for someday. Say yes to joy today, a coffee with a friend, a new hobby, a moment that makes you smile. Here's to your healthy aging journey, filled with retirement joy and senior inspiration. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, keep shining, keep smiling, and keep living for joy. I'll see you soon.